Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited because we are going to be doing a journaling. Literally the second I decided to start filming, she decided to sit on a paper bag. But today we're going to be doing my mid-year journal flip through. I love filming journal videos for you guys because I don't get to really do them super often. But I know a lot of you guys journal. I love journaling. I love talking about journaling. I love sharing my journal. So today I'm going to be showing you everything that I have done in my journal since the beginning of the year. I don't really think I've been doing a stellar job of keeping up in my journal so far this year, but I still have some spreads that I've done that I really love and I cannot wait to show you. So I'm going to be showing you everything that I've done since the beginning of the year. I'll show you how some of my setup pages are looking, and I'm just really hyped to get into it. Also, if you guys want to know, my journal is from Notebook Therapy. It is in their original size, which is a little bit smaller than the typical journals that you may see online. I say this every single time, but just to let you know, it is a little bit on the smaller side. I've grown to really like this size, and I find it a lot easier to work with the smaller size, but just to let you know, that's what we're working with. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I can't wait to show you the journaling that I've done this year. All right, so my very first page that I have in my journal is my 2026 title page. It is pretty self-explanatory. I really like how this turned out. I really love the stickers that I chose for my 2026 theme, so I really love looking at these beginning of the year pages that I did. But this one seems pretty self-explanatory. Not a whole lot to remark on. Then I always like to do a New Year spread. So I have some fun art from the Wind in the Willows, peanuts, stuff like that. I also had these really great stickers for the beginning of the year as well, which I loved being able to use. And the beginning of the year is always just such an exciting time, despite the fact that this year has sucked, honestly. The beginning of the year is fine, so I was so optimistic. Next up, I have my bookshelf spread, which I have been semi keeping up with. I'm not gonna lie, I do go in and batch fill this in. I used to every single time I would finish a book, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's time to go to my bookshelf spread and fill it in. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. But I love having the bookshelf spread. It's something that I've been doing in my journal for years now, and it is inspired by Mandy Journals on Instagram. If you guys want to check her out, you totally should. The one thing that I did decide to do that's a bit different with this year though, is it's not color coded. In previous years, I've used different colors for different formats that I was reading the books in. So ebook, audiobook, physical, library, whatever. But for this year, I just got a little bit tired of that. So now I just kind of do whatever color. And it's kind of fun that way. It's just nice to not worry about a color code. Then next up, I have my 2026 yearly TBR. And again, not to brag, but I'm kind of killing my 2026 TBR, might I say. I've read 8 out of the 15 books that I put on this list, which for us being halfway through the year, is so good. I'm so proud of myself, honestly, and I won't shut up about it. Whether or not I'm gonna read the rest of them, I don't know, but I'm for sure gonna read Daggerbound, for sure gonna read Jonathan Strange. The rest of them we'll see, but I'm really hoping I can get to most of them. I feel I'm doing better than I usually do, so I'm taking that as a win. Then my next page is actually a page that we get to fill in together a little bit because I have printed out some book covers. I'm a bit big for these spaces, but that's okay. This is my favorite book of every single month spread that I like to do in my journal, where I obviously choose a favorite book from every single month to put in it. And I have not printed out any of the book covers. As you'll see, I've gone through and written down what my favorite book of every single month is, just so I know later which one it's gonna end up being, but I haven't filled any of them in. So I printed out the little book covers and I thought we could fill them in together and I could quickly tell you what my favorite book of every single month has been. This spread also contains my yearly reading goals, which I don't think I'm doing too well with my yearly reading goals. We can kind of talk about them while I'm cutting these out a little bit. My first goal was to read a book over 1,000 pages. Actually, I guess I have done that because I just finished my reread of The Way of Kings, but I do want the book that I count for that goal to be a new to me read, so I can't check it off yet. But I do have some big book plans coming out very soon, as in I need to start this book right now, actually. And Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell is over 1,000 pages. So that's what I'm gonna use for that, and I'll probably finish that up in September, I think is when I'm planning to do that. So I will check that off at some point. I can't miss that goal. It's a goal I have every single year. I have read 6 new to me classics, so I suppose we can check that off. I've been reading a decent amount of classics this year, which I've been happy about. I also have read over 50 books this year, which I checked that one off as well. Then a goal that I have every single year, and I feel I've yet to actually accomplish it, is to read more high fantasy. I feel I started out the year hot. I was reading Realm of the Elderlings. I started Wheel of Time, all this great stuff, and then I have not had the brain power for high fantasy since, but there's always the second half of the year, so we'll see. Next I have to read 3 nonfiction books. Haven't read a single one, hoping I can at least read like 1 or 2 if I don't get to all 3. And then read at least 1 library book every single month. I have no idea if I've been doing that, honestly. We'll look into that at some point and report back, but for the time being, I have no clue. But let me start pasting these in. So my favorite book that I read in January was actually a reread, and I don't normally like to choose rereads for like my favorite books of every single month, but like I think my reread of Assassin's Apprentice just surprised me so much that I had to choose it for my book for January. For February, I think it was Anne's House of Dreams by Ellen Montgomery. Stunning. Anne of Green Gables, number 5, you already know. I absolutely loved this one. And I fear, I do have many fears that this is gonna be like my last 5-star read in the Anne of Green Gables series. I'm scared. I'm scared I'm not gonna like the other 2 that I have left. March was obviously, you know, I read A Grave Robbery. Absolutely, no, I keep calling it a grave robbery. Every time I go to talk about it, I call it a grave robbery. It's a ghastly catastrophe. See, I even wrote down grave robbery in the March spot. But it's a ghastly catastrophe by Deanna Raybourn. Love you, A Ghastly Catastrophe. Love you, Deanna Raybourn. Thank you. Then for April and May, I have 2 volumes of the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon because this series has just been a delight, honestly. So it had to be back to back. I just feel like it deserves to be back to back. So I have volume 3 and volume 6, I think. And then for June, my favorite book was Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. And this book was just stunning. Honestly, I really, really loved this, and I'm super excited to read, some more from Daphne du Maurier this year. So those are my favorite books of every single month so far, and I can't wait to see what I come up with for the rest of the year. Then next up, I have my series tracker, which I don't think I've really... let's see, what series have I continued? I did continue Farseer. I read the 2nd one, still in the middle of the 3rd one. Hopefully I can get to it. Saint of Steel, I finished, or caught up with it, I guess. Gravekeeper, I think I'm gonna read the 5th book in like October probably. Anne of Green Gables I've been reading, finished Love's Academic. No Discworld yet. It's the perpetual goal. Will I ever actually do it? I don't know. And then one that I've added since I made the spread is the Emma M. Lyon series because it is so fun. So I'd really like to catch up in that as well. Then my next spread is my new releases by month spread. I have not gone in and like updated any of these. I know there are like some good releases coming out in the latter half of this year, but I have not looked into them enough, I guess. I have like so many for like the first 4 months, and then the rest of it is just like nothing. So hopefully I can go through and, you know, add to that a little bit. Then after that, I have my yearly reading goals spread. There's really nothing to update on this. Am I doing well on this? I don't know. I guess I've kind of read more classics. I've kind of read more high fantasy. I don't know. I feel like I really want to try and get back into reading some more high fantasy in like the fall, early winter time. I feel like that is like peak high fantasy reading weather. So maybe once the weather changes, I'll get back to it. It's going all right, I guess. Then one of my flop spreads, which is always one of my flop spreads, is my books bought this year spread. I stopped in March, and I'm pretty sure I have bought more than 55 books this year. I don't want to think about it, honestly. I've been going feral when it comes to book buying recently, and it's bad. It's really bad. I feel like maybe if I were to keep up with this, it would probably shame me into reining in my book buying, but I feel like we should go through and maybe see how many of these that I wrote down that I read, because like maybe that'll make me feel better. Well, I didn't actually fill in as many as I was thinking I was gonna be able to. But you know what? Despite the fact that I never actually keep up with this, I'll probably continue to do it. Just like, you know, gotta set the good intentions at least, even if I'm not gonna actually do them. My next spread is my other spread that I need to update, actually. This is my Patreon book club spread. I actually need to make another one of these because I just hit my 3-year anniversary on Patreon, so like, you know, I do these like every single year, so I need to like start another one for like the 4th year, which is crazy, honestly. I cannot believe that I've had my Patreon for so long. But these are all of our buddy reads by month, and I just like to track them and talk about them a little bit and whatnot. But I generally really enjoyed a lot of these, and I love seeing what gets picked every single month, and talking about it with everybody is always super fun. So let me just add these in. There's that spread done. I think that's all of the updating of spreads that I have to do. I always think it's kind of fun to like update a couple of the spreads with you guys as we go throughout it. So I think after this we kind of get into like my monthly spreads and like book specific spreads and stuff like that. So here's my January kind of spread that I have. One thing that I really like from this is this calendar, and I want to try to remember to put this on more of my monthly spreads because I do really like tracking what books I read when. It's always really fun to look back on that and see. And I really like that I included my crafting plans on here as well. I feel like that's kind of a fun thing. I should maybe add that to some of my spreads too. But yeah, I think I read 7 books total in January, so not too bad. Then I have my top priority series tracker, which I think I added this one on too. I think these 3 were here originally, but I did add the Emma M. Lyons series on here because it's honestly one of the only series that I've really started this year and have like continued with enough to put it on this tracker. So I'm up to volume 6 in that, and I hopefully will be reading volume 7 and 8 soon. I also can check off Anne of Ingleside from the Anne of Green Gables thing. I don't know why Rilla of Ingleside isn't on here. I guess I just ran out of room, maybe, but yeah, I really would like to get back to these series. They just haven't really been top priorities for me as of recent. Next up, I have my February setup, and I have these gorgeous stickers that I got from, oh, who are they from? Margonia Sully, maybe. She has like an Etsy shop. She has like her own shop, I believe, as well. And they were just so stunning for February. I had to do it. I just love like all the colors, especially with like the book covers. Sometimes, this is my pro tip, if I'm ever doing like a page of book covers, I will look specifically for book covers that like go with the stickers, because I feel like that always just makes it look more cohesive. Like, this is not the cover of Royal Assassin that I have. This is not the cover of Wuthering Heights that I have. I'm pretty sure with Paladin Strength, I like altered the colors on it maybe, so it would be like more pinky reddish kind of. And it's kind of fun to do that as well. And they always just look so pretty together. It's always so fun to like go on the hunt for pretty book covers. So would recommend that if you want to do something similar to this. Next up, I have my spread for my Otherland Post readathon, which is a readathon that I did for my Patreon. It was obviously a very like whimsical fairy themed readathon, and obviously I have like a million stickers that always kind of go with that vibe. So this was very fun to put together. Then next up, I have my classics TBR. These are kind of just like my top priority classics for the year as of like February. I don't know if I'd say many of these are like my top priority classics now for the year, because like Letters to a Young Poet I didn't really like, so I'm not gonna finish it. I'm certainly not gonna read The Enchanted April yet. Emily of New Moon is also probably not happening this year, but like the rest of them I'd like to try to get to, so we'll see. Then next up, I have a spread for a different book club that I started on my Patreon, which is called Voluminous Volumes, which is all about reading big books. As you can see, these are the 3 books that we are reading throughout the rest of the year, and we already have like some of our selections for next year picked out, and I'm really, really excited about them. But I wanted to make a little spread for that. Then I have my March spread. This is one of my favorite spreads, I think. It's just like, it's so busy. It's so full of just like stickers and writing and everything, and I love a busy spread, let me tell you. So like this is also very fun to put together. And I had like the perfect sticker sheet. The sticker designer, Susan Branch, I believe, she has like month specific sticker sheets, and they're like vintage sticker sheets. So like I think some of these I got at like a local scrapbook shop, some of them I bought on eBay. But when I don't have an idea for like a spread theme for the month, it's kind of nice to just like whip one of these out and use that. So I have like, you know, the normal spread, and then I have a like little book annex. As you can see, I like adding these little things sometimes if I like run out of room. Then next up, I have my spread that I did for A Ghastly Catastrophe. Honestly, A Ghastly Catastrophe was begging me to make a spread for it, because it's very like dark, gothic, vampy, perfect, honestly, like my favorite vibe, which is why I loved it so much. So I had to make a spread for it. I also just realized I did not cross this T in next. Hang on. Now it's perfect. But I went through Pinterest and I like printed out a bunch of, you know, like spooky pictures, that kind of stuff. Oh, it's just so fun. I love this spread. I'm a really big fan of this spread. Next up, I have my April spread, which is like a little bit of a Howl's Moving Castle theme. I just got these really cute stickers from, who are these from? Frothy Latte Studios on Etsy, I believe. Really love her sticker sheets as well. As you can see, I did not go in and fill in my stats for April because I forgot to do it. And you know what? That's just the case for some of my spreads. Sometimes I'm just not gonna fill them in. And that's okay. I feel like sometimes it's hard to get away from that everything has to be perfect. And I have to fill in absolutely everything, and I can't like leave anything blank, even if you really don't want to go back and fill it in. But I say, if you really don't want to go back and fill it in, then like don't go back and fill it in. And that's a freeing notion, I dare say. Next up, I have a spread that I did for a 24-hour readathon, which I made a vlog for. It's on my channel from like a couple of months ago. And I used another sticker sheet from Frothy Latte Studios for this because I thought they were so cute and I loved the colors in them. So I kind of like matched the colors of Tombow that I was using to the stickers. And again, this is like a very busy, very, like there's a lot going on this spread, but like those are my favorite kind of spreads. So I just wrote like the books that I read, how long each of them took me, because it was like a timer method that I was doing, and like my favorite books and whatnot. So there's that. Then I have my quarter one wrap up. I went with like a little bit of a cat theme because I had these little cat stickers that I got from, I think these are from Daiso. I think these ones are from Daiso. And they're super cute. And this is basically just where I put every single book that I read in the first quarter of the year. I really like doing these wrap-up spreads every single like 4 months. 3 months? 3 months. Yes, 12 divided by 4 is indeed 3. So these are really nice to have, just to look back on. Then next up I have, you know, like a not reading related spread. Most of the spreads that I have in here are like reading and book related, but some of them I do just like to do random spreads about whatever, and this is one of those. So like I watched Ponyo for the first time earlier this year. It was so freaking cute and I absolutely loved it, so I just wanted to make like a very simple spread full of little screen caps from the movie because obviously it's a Ghibli movie and it's stunning. And I also had these little Ponyo stickers that were from a freebie that I got with like a different sticker order that I bought. So like it was kind of perfect. So just a basic like collage spread, but I really like this. I just feel like it's a really fun thing to like add in every now and then. Then next up I have one of my favorite spreads, which is my Anne's House of Dreams spread. I absolutely love this book. It is one of my favorite books in the Anne series, so it had to have a stunning spread, obviously. And the book is very much focused on like the seaside. There's a lot of like watery, sea, ocean imagery in it, so I wanted to like, you know, honor that a little bit. And I decided to make little, if I can get them up, little doors that like open. They used to open better than this. They've been like stuck down for the last, I don't even know how long, but they do open kind of, which is very fun to try to finagle. But yeah, I just put a quote, but I wanted to leave a lot of space for like my writing and thoughts about the book because I just really, really loved it. So this is one of my favorite spreads. I just love the colors. I love the layout of it. It's just really fun. Then next up I have my May spread, which is again done with stickers that I bought from, I think, Frothy Latte Studios maybe. I haven't been super inspired to do any like super involved or like really that creative like journal, like monthly spread ideas so far this year. So sometimes it's just nice to use one sticker sheet and call it good, and that's what I did for May. But I feel like I don't really have anything else to say about this spread aside from the fact that I like the stickers a lot. They're super cute. Next up I have a flop spread. I do have a couple of flop spreads for sure. I wanted to do like a first reads of the summer spread, so I was gonna read like Wolfworm, Annihilation, and Starshipped. And I read both of these, and I really liked both of these, and then I just never had it in me to like go back and fill this in. So I didn't. Again, very, very freeing once you realize you don't have to like complete the spreads that you start. Then next up I have my June spread, which again, more stickers from same Etsy shop. But I wanted to do something cute for June, so we have like little ducks with strawberries. I went with a very like pink and green theme. I have this perfect like little goose washi tape, which is so cute. And I just love how this one came together. Then I have a blank spread because these pages stick together weirdly, so don't mind that. But I have my summer TBR spread, which I just wanted to use to talk about the books that I wanted to read this summer. I've actually read 4 of the ones that I have on this spread so far, which I'm pretty proud of myself for, I'm not gonna lie. But this one was really fun to put together. I love putting together spreads that are very like scrapbooky feeling, very like cluttered, messy like this. So this one was really fun to do. Then next up I have my Read the Classics readathon spread, which is another spread that I made for a Patreon readathon that we were doing in the month of, I think it was June maybe. I have not gone in and added like the text on this yet. I need to go through and like write my thoughts about the books that I managed to read throughout the readathon, but I decided for this one to just do black and white with some stamps because like the real like, you know, star of the show is this little like pamphlet thing that I made that you could like print out and then like put the books that you read for each prompt in, which is, I love this. I want to do something like this again because it's really fun. Then next up I have my quarter 2 wrap up, which says quart up. I didn't have an R, so I like put that there for the time being. I need to go back and fix it. I'm going to at some point. And I also have not done the journaling for this one, but again, I do want to go back and do this soon before we get too far away from quarter 2. But again, this is like, you know, same concept as the quarter 1 wrap up. This is just every book that I read in the second quarter of the year, and I wrote like my favorites and stuff like that. So there is that spread. Then I have my Summerween spread, which as you can see, kind of got a little bit of a downgrade. Initially, I had Scrabble tiles spelling out Summerween, but the Scrabble tiles are super thick. They are incredibly thick, and my journal literally would not close. It went like this far, and it wouldn't close any more than that. So that was my indication, like, yeah, that's probably not gonna work. So I decided to rip those off and just like do this instead, which I like this as well. I kind of maybe like this a little bit more. I feel like it fills up the space a bit better than the Scrabble tiles do, but obviously the Scrabble tiles are really fun, so like whatever. But yeah, this is just my spread that I made for Summerween. Obviously I love making my Summerween spread, and I really like how this one turned out. And I do have like another little thing with like my TBR and my to-do list on it that I want to tape to the side of the spread here, but I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So kind of just resides there for now. I don't have any clear tape at the moment, which is why I haven't done it yet. And then with that, we've actually come to the last spread that's in my journal, which is not a reading related spread at all. I mean, I do still need to do my July setup spread. I have July written there, I just haven't done it yet. It's like late July at this point and I still haven't done it, but like I will go back and do it eventually. I'll show you later. But then the last spread that I actually have is not reading related at all, because I went to an Enhypen concert last week and I wanted to make a spread for it. So I mimicked like the logo that they were using for the tour. I put some photos and I put a freebie that somebody gave me at the concert, which I have not had a K-pop photo card in my possession in years. So it was really fun to get one, actually. Not mad about that. But with that, that is actually everything that I've done so far in my journal. That's it. I feel like I haven't done as much journaling as I normally do, but I do feel like I'm maybe about halfway through the journal, so it should at least, you know, give me enough space for the other 6 months of the year. So there is my journal flip through, and I will see you guys in the outro. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the flip through. As I said, I love journaling. I love sharing my journaling with you guys. I love that you want to see my journal. I'm honored, honestly, that so many of you want to see the journaling that I do throughout the year. I would of course love to know if you guys keep a journal. Do you have like a favorite kind of spread that you do? Do you have any that you want to try out? Literally anything journaling related, let me know in the comments, because I would love to chat about it. Also, before we go, if you're ever looking for more journaling content from me, I do bi-monthly journaling videos on my Patreon, where I do like dedicated videos for some of the spreads that you may have seen throughout the flip through. So I will leave that link down below if you guys happen to be interested. But with that, I am gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having an amazing Tuesday. I know I'm posting this a day late, I'm so sorry. But I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday, or whatever day it is that you're watching this video. And me and Daisy, who is still sitting here, will see you in my next one. Bye.